UFC 311 is over. Here's my experience.
I see my haters proud of me now. When I'm around, it's all smiles. I took over my whole town.
All right, to kick it off, I'll give this card a solid 8 rating out of 10. I mean, it was very, very fun. It had some really, really good finishes in between. 4 undefeated fighters all got their old taken at UFC 311, which is absolutely crazy. With the first fight I want to talk about is Mr. Gafurov versus Rinya Nakamura. Gafurov surprised me. I'm not going to lie. He looked fantastic on the feet, and his gas tank held up for all 3 rounds, which was really, really impressive after his last fight. But Nakamura, he can take a punch because I think some of those shots that he took, normal 135ers are not taking those shots, and they're probably going out cold. And I'm excited for Gafurov to see what he got next. It looked like he fixed his gas tank issues, and I can't wait to see what's next for him. And how does Rinya Nakamura come back after dropping his first professional fight? Eileen Perez looked pretty good in her fight versus Carl Rosa. Grant Dawson did what Grant Dawson does. He probably does that against a lot of people in the top of the 155 weight division. His wrestling looked absolutely superior. Diego Ferreira looked like he was just lost on the ground for most of the fight. And Grant Dawson has bounced back very, very well from our Bobby Green fight. Bogdan Guskov took on a short notice fighter in Billy Alicana. And I mean, it pretty much showed. And Billy pretty much gassed outside of the first round, even though Billy did win the first round, with pretty much just controlling his back the entire first round. I mean, but it did end up showing that he is a 185er moving up. And controlling somebody that much bigger than you, I know it's tiring, so I can't really give him too much of a harsh grade. But Bogdan Guskov did what he needed to do, and he made it look like he was the vet, which he is in this fight, and he got the second round finish. And probably the best debut of this year already, we have Azamat Bukoyev versus Zach Reese. Bukoyev dominated from start to finish, even though some of those shots were to the back of the head on the ground. But he was able to completely shut out Zach Reese and Azamat Bukoyev. I don't know what's next for him, but I know I will be watching. In the biggest upset of the night and of the year so far, we have Mr. Marioni Barcelos versus Peyton Talbot. Barcelos just showed that he's a vet. I think that's all this was. I think Peyton Talbot still has the makers of being a really, really elite fighter in the 135-pound weight division. He just has to work on his takedown defense and ground game, because it just showed that Barcelos was an absolute monster on the ground, and he just couldn't get up. It was 3 rounds of that, but when they did get on the feet, you could tell Peyton Talbot was much faster, much more sharper on the feet, and he has to learn how to stay in his own element unless he wants to make the ground game his element. I have no doubt he could do if he wanted to do that, but his stand-up is elite, and I feel like Peyton Talbot will bounce back tremendously from this fight. As far as Barcelos, I don't know what you do for him going forward. I mean, he just starts one of the biggest hype trains in 135. He has a loss to Umar, but he's on a 2-fight win streak. And what do you got? And who do you guys want to see him fight next? Let me know. In my what just happened fight of the night, we had Renier de Renner taking on Kevin Holland. Renier de Renner lasted all of 10 seconds on the feet with Kevin Holland before he shot for a takedown. Took him down easily, controlled him, dominated the entire fight. That was a first round finish for Renier de Renner, and it looks like he is a real deal, even though his first fight versus GM3 kind of looked kind of wonky, but this fight did not. This fight was very, very dominant from Renier de Renner's side. Who do you guys want to see him fight next? He is talking a top 5 middleweight. I think that's a little too rich. I give him a top 10. I'll say a top 10 middleweight first. But what do you guys think? He looked really, really good in this fight. Now Kevin Holland is 1-4 in his last 5 fights without one win, coming over Michael Olajic. So not the most high profile win. Who do you guys want to see Kevin Holland fight next? And where does he fall in the middleweight division? And what do you do with him next? Following that fight, we had a pair of ranked heavyweights going at it. We had Yair Namaeda versus Sergey Spivak, and Yair Namaeda looked fantastic. He came in lean, came in mean, and he absolutely dominated Sergey Spivak. He did call out Cyril Gane again, which I think would be a really, really fun fight, since Tom Aspinall's going to fight John Jones for the belt later in this year. Cyril Gane, what is he doing? He got that robbery win over Volkov in his last fight, and he has to have a good performance in his next fight to get the fans back on his side, because a lot of people, even the boss, Dana White, thinks that Volkov won that fight. But it is what it is. Yair Namaeda had a fantastic fight. In the fight I was looking most forward to this night, we had Mr. Yuri Prochazka versus Jamal Hill. It's not the result I wanted, but Yuri Prochazka looked damn good. He looked damn good in this fight. He kept his hands down sometimes, but he kept them up sometimes too. And I don't know what this pose was, but it was kind of funny. Yuri Prochazka looked like the real deal. The crazy thing about it is Alex Pereira is still the champion of this division, and he has 2 knockout wins over Yuri Prochazka. And Alex Pereira said he would give him another opportunity for a gold if Alex is able to get past Mr. Magomed Ankalaev, which I think he probably does if Ankalaev tries to strike with him, because I think that's extremely dumb. But that's another video for another day. Mr. Yuri Prochazka put on an absolute striking clinic versus Jamal Hill. He just wasn't as good as Yuri that day. Hopefully he's not out too long. Hopefully he can come back in and be a very, very good, healthy piece of the 205-pound weight division, because it's lacking some stars right now. In the co-main event of the night, we had Mr. Merab Dvalishvili taking on Umar Nurmagomedov. Merab was told that he was scared. He was running from Umar Nurmagomedov, the great Nurmagomedov, and he made him look easy. He made Hetman look easy. He did drop the first 2 rounds. Umar did look fast and fresh, but outside of that, you know Merab lives in the championship rounds, and it showed this fight. It looked like Umar was gassing towards the end of the fight, and a lot of people are saying that his hand was broken in the first round. It might have been broke. That doesn't affect your cardio, even though it might affect your pain tolerance and stuff like that. But it is what it is in that situation. Umar said he believes he won the fight. I disagree. I gave Merab the last 3 rounds, and it is what it is. That gives you the win. Umar Nurmagomedov, what he does next, I have no idea. I think he should probably fight Sean O'Malley for a title eliminator. Give Merab some time off, which I feel like he has very, very much deserved. And I feel like Merab Dvalishvili, you keep stacking wins. And he will have a claim to be the bantamweight GOAT, because that man is making these guys look easy whenever everybody else is getting tired. And I cannot wait to see who Merab defends against next. In the main event of the night, we had the #1 pound-for-pound fighter, Islam Makhachev, versus Renato Moicano. Not the original main event, but it still was the main event, and it went about as well as you thought it would for Islam Makhachev, because that man Islam just steamrolled through the #10 guy, Renato Moicano, and it was very easy. It was actually very easy. Like Moicano, I like to say, easy money. That was easy money for Islam Makhachev. And I don't know what Islam does after this. I mean, they already said that Arman is not getting the next title shot. He has to build his way back up. He said he wants Charles. Charles said he wants a title shot. Michael Chandler called out Arman. The lightweight division has to sort itself out for Islam Makhachev. But Islam Makhachev has defeated a lot of the top guys. And I cannot wait to see who they give him next, because I feel like whoever it is, Islam Makhachev more likely going to be the favorite. How did you guys feel about UFC 311? What was your favorite fight? What was your least favorite fight? What was your biggest upset of the night? I know it's probably Payton Taylor versus Ronaldo Barcelos, but it is what it is. Let me know down below in the comments. And like always, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Be good people. Peace.